Well, they like had to once the ship was over, they had to find the scraps of the ship, and then they put it together makeshiftly. They found a little sail, and then they all put it together. I think they see land, man. They see land. Yeah, they finally see land, and they're gonna live. They're gonna live. Except when they get to the land. As long as they have the sail, they can adjust it someday.
And the solution, higher knowledge. Oh, okay. The natives think they did.
Yeah, I was going to say, that would be a really dark ending to the story. If I land on the
It's realistic.
We're getting good enough attention when you read this.
And he lost his arm in a battle. She's got what do you call
I was being drawn to, for whatever, I was thinking.
I feel like it's he was the co-captain or something. He was the second. The captain died.
So they put him in John Paul III.
an opposite. Yeah.
Because he is a born destiny in life.
We can make this a new movie.
They all have the same.
They're only
Some of them are slaves.
Maybe that's what the baby was.
Oh no, that's not land. That's oh my god.
oh yeah, that's a huge wave coming.
No, it's just a huge wave. Do you see it? I think it's a boat. Oh, I remember it's actually a boat.
Okay, class, I'm going to give you about 1 more minute to wrap up final thoughts.
Seconds we have to erase everything about the natives. Oh. Yeah, or pirates. Pirates.
About 1 minute class to finish up.
I think I've got the story now. It's all in my head.
Main characters.
You guys think this is about?
Yes.
Because why would they just do some little waves that they can sway?
Is there a boat?
Because they're waving at something.
You'll never know. They did it so well. Hey, you're right.
Some ridiculous amount of time. It's like over a year, 13 months.
How? How do they get water?
When it would rain, otherwise we would catch some fish and drink their blood and eat them and catch others.
Okay, looks like everyone's starting to wrap it up.
No, I haven't.
So your designated writer cannot be your designated presenter. I'm going to have each table share the story that they've come up with for their image. So, who had this image? You can share from your table. Please share your story with us about this image.
There's quite a scandalous tale for you.
Okay.
It's called The Maid in Drag, and that is Georgette there stealing food for her family. Except the problem is that it's actually a man, and that his employer has found out that he's stealing food and that he's actually a man. So he decides to blackmail his employer because he's slowly poisoning his wife with the red bottle.
Wow. This red bottle here. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. This one is actually called The Dessert, Harmony in Red. So you're not wrong, they're about to eat. Thank you. Who had this lovely image? Great, please share with us.
Well, the problem is she's pregnant. And he's denying it's his kid. The setting's the bedroom, obviously. And the solution is she takes him to court, and she has to raise the baby, who grows up to becomes a boxer and fights his dad in a death match. We decided that upper right red dangling thing was a punching bag.
Oh, okay. Awesome, thank you. You said you called this one child support?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
I gotta make a comment. Does that look
Yes.
like Putin?
No, looks like it, but his name is Arnolfini. And this one is called the Arnolfini marriage. However, sometimes it is referred to as the double portrait because Jan van Eyck painted himself in here, in this mirror, as a witness to the marriage contract. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Some people have too much time on their hands. Who had this image? Please share with us.
Okay, this image, we titled it The Living Dead because that's actually what it says in German, because
Rachel read it for us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so the dead man, his name is Rolf, and his community was in famine, and they did not have any money for food or for irrigation systems, and so he decided, they heard of this legendary treasure on an island, and he decided to set out to find the treasure. And he was able to obtain the treasure, but he died on the way back. And so he did save his community, that's why it's the living dead.
Okay.
The man bending over him is his lover, his name Franz, and Darth Vader is the unseen bad guy. His sister and the baby in the background was named after him in his absence, so that's Baby Wolf.
So there's baby. Where's Darth? Is this Darth?
No, he's the one right over with the eyes.
Oh, Darth here?
Yes,
Okay. It is pretty ominous.
Darth Vader.
That is. Oh, you got turned into a board.
Oh yeah, and there's a big word. Okay, so there was a ritual that transmogrified him into an eternal shrine.
Wow.
That's Bradley.
I love how you got so much from this image. It's actually called the Memorial Sheep for Carl Liebnich, which is wonderful that you decided to look into that and find so much about it. This was composed just before the Civil War that occurred in, not necessarily Civil War, but preamble to World War II, basically. It's deep. I'm glad you got a lot from it. Who had this image?
We did. We titled this Belonging because the problem in this situation is that her love is out at sea and she doesn't know when or if he will return. She's also expecting a child and he doesn't know about this child. So, oh, we also said this was Italy in 19th century.
Okay.
the climax is she starts to have contractions and a storm is brewing. So kind of the same. And then the solution, the baby is born, the storm ends, and the husband arrives saying, Lucy, I'm home. Because her name was Lucinda, the dad was Mario, and then they had a baby boy, Luciano.
Wonderful. The artist that painted this was Salvador Dali, which is not his typical style. He's usually more window surreal. This is actually his sister. But I think that your story is a lot more meaningful to this image. Who had this?
Yikes.
All right.
Before you get started, we need to bring it to about 1 minute. We gotta move quicker.
All right.
Sorry.
The setting: a secret government facility. The main character: John Smith. The title: SEAL Team Goldfish. So, the problem is that the government was looking for more advanced Navy SEALs. They began to experiment. The climax: a new creature was created. The solution: the wrong body parts were combined. A creature that couldn't swim well or breathe on land was created.
I really enjoy your story. When I saw this image, I didn't even know what to think. My brain couldn't even process. It is called the collective invention. It's a surrealist image. It's very dreamlike. It's also sometimes called the reverse mermaid, as you can see. This one's on eBay. Who had this image? Please share.
We titled this Mother Bird. The main characters are Bird Lady and Olive Dude. And they're in a little house in southern Europe. Okay, so the problem is that Bird Lady is sad because there's a shortage of these birds which are endangered species, so she starts to draw them. But she realizes after a while that the moon has these inherent magical powers and she can harness them to make the birds come to life and repopulate the endangered species. So, that was the climax, she realizes they can come back to life. And she's kind of like solemn and sad because she's watching them leave. But we projected that in the end, the moon would turn her fully into a bird, like right now she's changing into a bird, and she can fly away with her creation.
That's wonderful. I'm glad that you got that it was about creation, because it is called the creation of birds. Wonderful. This is a distillery of colors that is solar powered by the moon. The moonlight's images are coming through there. I couldn't find the true meaning of that island, but I would imagine it has something to do with the heart. So wonderful story. I really like that. And our last image.
So this one we titled Journey to Survival. And the problem was they were going to India in a ship and they got shipwrecked, and so they took all the parts that they could find that was floated around in the sea. They made this raft. And the guy up in the corner here holding the red flag, he is the main character, and we called him John Paul III. And he's standing on top of a bunch of seamen and slaves there. So after going through this, we kind of decided that we thought there was going to be land, but now there's just no solution, so it's a cliffhanger.
Oh, nice. Very good. This is called the Raft of Medusa. It was a French naval ship. A rogue wave came along and crashed it. 147 were left on this little raft. 15 made it through the cannibalism and dehydration. There's a tiny ship over here that's coming to the rescue. Yes! Yes? You're good cliffhanger, yeah. I thought that was a ship from that. I wasn't sure. So, thank you so much for sharing. Did these story maps kind of help you work through the image? You see the ship?
Oh, yeah.
The ship is this thing right here. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
How many of the window?
I know. And it's because we observed it.
The very, very tiny, like, brown
Yeah.
speck.
Oh my gosh.